Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going for the gold medal match for the traditional woman.
Time for the traditional women's gold medal match, an all-Italian affair packed full of quality.
With on target number 1, Sabrina Venini. And on target number 2, Michela Donati. 13 is Fabiola Ablarade, and the target is Eric Davis.
That's a big one, this one. Sabrina Venini from Italy took the silver medal at the last World Championships, but is the reigning European champion. She takes on her teammate, Michela Donetti, so from Italy, the world silver medalist in 2019 and a European champion in 2021. We can expect a very high quality match here. Onto the running board to kick things off. Lizzie, always tricky to take on your teammate, especially when there's a world title up for grabs.
Absolutely. It happens a lot with Italy. They're a formidable nation in field archery. Very frequently, across all divisions, you get a lot of matches with Italian archers there. They're a brilliant nation.
Sabrina 10. Michela 5. 18-13.
Just gone a bit high with a second arrow there. I think she'll be a bit disappointed with that shot, having put in a pretty comfortable 8 to start.
Well, here's a good look at Donati, and the response says it all.
I don't envy having to compete against your teammate. Field and 3D archery is particularly friendly. People get along really, really well, and it probably adds a little bit of an extra something to have to shoot against someone you're probably very good friends with.
Yeah, and that you know is also very good, and you're battling that sort of emotional tie, the friendship, with the fact that you don't want to be behind against someone you know who's very, very good at the sport as well. Move on to the second target, Venini with a 5-point lead.
Sabrina 8.
Just crept into the 8. It's a line cutter there. Sabrina.
Sabrina 8, Michela 8.
There was a better camera angle there. You can see that this target's actually quite a gentle slope downhill. I presumed it was a bit flatter, but that camera angle really gave a better view for the slope that they're going to be shooting on this target.
For Katie Maria Britain in the quarters, and 2 strong in the semis for Neta Rizic. Michaela was 5th in the qualification round.
There you go. Makes it a lot clearer, doesn't it? 16s though for the pair of them, so still a 5-point lead for Venini at the halfway stage. And now on to the tricky Screech Owl.
Interestingly here, we've got a left and a right-handed archer as well, so it will add a slight something in that they're facing each other when they're shooting. So you've got to understand the timings and clearly be respectful of the other archer, but you've got to really keep in your zone because you're going to have a lot of movement in your eye line with the other archer shooting at the same time.
Is there any etiquette then? I mean, whether you've got two right-handers, two left-handers, or a lefty and a righty as we've got here, is there a particular etiquette now that one has started the process? Do you wait for them to shoot their arrow and then shoot, or are there no rules on that particular one?
There's no requirement to do so. I think when you're shooting facing each other, you probably have your own rhythms and you'll be respectful of that. When you're back to back, you just go in your own timings. But as you can see here, they tend to be shooting alternately. I don't know whether that happens to be their rhythm, but I suspect they're doing it out of respect to each other.
16-15. Maybe the volunteer can be 11, but that has to be decided by the judges.
Looks like a couple of 8s from Vanini for a 16, which takes her on to 50 points. She was leading by 5. It's possible that could have opened up. Michela Donetti currently measured with a 5 and a 10, but that 10 is subject to a measure. That is the arrow in question. Very tricky to see whether that's cut the line or not. If it cuts the line, it gets the higher score. And it looks like it has been marked up. And the gap remains 5 points as they both shot 16s.
Last end. Let's see what's happening this time.
5 points in it. Feels like a lot going into the last target, but as we saw in the previous match, anything can happen with these scoring zones.
Yeah, and the first 11 of the match as well from Donetti, who's trailing. So as she got her eye in. Of course, moving on to a new target changes things. Here is the Ibex, target number 4. The world title up for grabs here in the traditional women's competition. Vanini here leading by 5.
Nice shot. I think that's just crept into the 10. It's a low 5 there from Donetti.
Yeah, it takes the pressure off now. Looks like
great
another
shooting.
10. So provisional 70 is out of reach now for Donetti. Vanini knows it. And the final arrow is shot into the 8 for Michela Donetti. She'll have to settle for the silver medal here with a total score of 58 points. In the end, Sabrina Vanini just too good. And the emotion pours out as she realizes she is the world champion. Well, just too good in the end. Sabrina Vanini getting across the line, consistency proving to be the key to her route through to the world title. fabulous stuff in the traditional women's competition. Claudia Weinberger of Austria taking the bronze.
Great final, great location and great last
the
arrow
silver. And here is the world champion.
Grandissima ultima freccia, grande campo e grande prestazione. Come ti senti?
Scoppio di gioia, sono felicissima. Ho lavorato tanto quest'anno per questo risultato e sono felice.
I'm exploding of happiness. I worked so hard to be here and really happy.
Two Italian archers in the final, really close match. Talk about competing against your teammate in this field.
Due italiane in finale, com'è competere con una tua compagna di squadra?
Come l'anno scorso agli europei a San Sicario, uguale, molto più difficile, perché siamo nello stesso team, vorremmo tutte e due vincere, però dispiace per l'altra persona, perciò è ancora più difficile mentalmente.
It has been the same last year in San Sicario for the Europeans. It's more complicated because you are happy if you win, but you are also sorry for your teammates, it's also your friends, so the feelings are strange, it's really more complicated.
3D Archery, the 3D Archery World Championships put the spotlight on the traditional discipline. How important for you to put on a show like that and an emotional show at this event for the bow style and for yourself?
Il mondiale è una vetrina per la tua disciplina, quella dell'arco tradizionale. Quanto senti importante una vetrina come questa per l'arco tradizionale?
È fondamentale perché io spingo molto anche nella mia città, tra i miei amici, tra le persone che conosco, a tirare tradizionale. Perciò questo è un arco speciale di un'arciera inglese che è mancata a marzo, della nazionale inglese, Alison Wright. E io sono qui anche per lei, per il tradizionale.
It's absolutely important. I'm pushing people to try traditional bow also in my city, in my club, and this spotlight is definitely important to show them that we are absolutely a sport discipline. I'm shooting with this bow that is from a British archer that passed away last year, and I'm here also for her.
Well, congratulations, phenomenal final. Thank you.
Bravissima.
Great stuff there from Sabrina Vanini, the new world champion, talking about the mixed emotions of beating your teammate to the world title. The traditional women's competition done and dusted at this fabulous Mokrice Castle grounds. Coming up next, we move on to the men's competition and the bronze and gold medal matches.